So one of the things that I don't think we've talked about since maybe the maybe Alpha privately was our reactions to the legendary, our original Mount Rushmore #1, probably for WWE and WCW, but there's going to be a big ass asterisk next to it. I'm taking away Barry Bonds' asterisk and I'm putting it straight to Hogan's because there's a lot of
Okay.
shit that goes with him. But how did you react? How did you feel when Hulk Hogan passed away? Because I know that if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. But there's a lot of shit that has happened since that has messed with our emotions. So when he passed, how did that affect you?
When he passed, it was like I felt like when he passed officially, I already mourned Hulk Hogan with the whole the Gawker thing that came out. That hearing that tape back then for me, I was like, man, fuck Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't like. I was hurt back then more than I was now. You know what I'm saying? Like because I'm like, dude, I grew up watching this guy say he's a real American fighting for the rights of every man, but to hear him behind the scenes talking about every other man, I'm not included in every man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so, um, no, I wouldn't. We wouldn't be having this podcast talking today without Hulk Hogan because he was our introduction in the wrestling. If you're a certain age, if you're basically 40 and I want to say 40 and under, I'd say if you were like 45 through like I want to say maybe what 25, no, not even 25, maybe like I want to say 30. Hulk Hogan was right there. You know what I'm saying? Like if you grew up at that time. So,
Yeah.
for me, I felt like I already had more in him, when he passed. Like it hurt, but I was like, oh man, it's sad, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I saw the shit that he was doing towards the end. The Netflix day when he premiered at the Netflix day one and he got booed out the building, I was like, you know what? I can relate to that. I appreciate that crowd booing him because they're not booing him because of the wrestler. They're booing him because he's a shitty human being at the end of the day. Like Hulk Hogan, the wrestler, yes, I loved him as a wrestler. Loved him because this is why we're here today because of him. But him as a person, no, can't get with it.
Got it. So it's almost
Yeah,
as you said, you mourned him the day that video came out, right? Because that's the day, in your
he died
opinion,
to me.
Hulk Hogan died.
Hulk
And
Hogan
then when
died.
we
Yeah,
heard the
Hulk Hogan
news
died.
last month,
See,
that's just some dude named Terry, in your opinion.
that part.
Okay, got
Yes,
it.
sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. It was very tough when you grew up, as you mentioned, somebody who introduced you to not only just wrestling, but there's a better way to live, and this is what I want to aspire to. I want to be a good human being. I want to eat my vitamins, say my prayers, drink my milk, get
Drink my
strong,
milk.
and only see what's right. You're not seeing no color. You're not seeing wealth. You're not seeing diversity. You're not seeing nothing except for the fact that it's just, man, it did hurt as well when you start to say, I think we talked about it before, never meet your heroes, never meet your idols, people you look up to because they're going to let you down. And we're big enough now, we're old enough now to understand there's a difference that not everyone's going to view the same things that you view as right, and everyone's entitled to their opinions, but there's also some sleazeball shit that some people do, and you can't let them get away
Yeah.
with it. And I think we've talked about it before. If he wants to make a mistake, everyone's entitled to their mistake. I can't throw no stones at anybody, but there's certain things I'm not going to do.
Right.
I'm not going to cross those lines either, out of respect. And we talked about how you and I were born and grew up in the Bay Area, so diversities, we didn't. It was nothing. Like it was just everyone is different, so you didn't see anybody as different because everyone's different. We just see everybody as
Everybody said,
one.
yeah.
And you want to try to say that okay, maybe he was born in the South. That's just the way they talked back in. But again, we're not talking about some guy named Terry who was still living in that secluded area. This guy was top of the world. Met every celebrity. Met Muhammad Ali. Met different. Went to different countries.
Teamed up with Mr. T in the first WrestleMania. Yeah, think about that too.
Had no
So
problem making his money with him, correct, and just blowing up even more. So he had an opportunity to meet so many people, right? And okay, then you take away, okay, fine, maybe he wasn't. Let's just say maybe he wasn't really racist, right? Maybe that's just the way he still talked because he was pissed off, blah blah blah. He had an opportunity to atone from it. He had an opportunity to say that I fucked up. And I was angry, and I wanted to say some hurtful shit that I knew would hurt Brooke or whoever it was. He could have went out there. He could have went on certain podcasts. He could have went on, let's just say, like the Shannon Sharp one. He could have went on there, but he didn't want to. He went on Joe Rogan. He went on to
mm,
Leo Vaughn. He went on to
mm,
places that made him feel safe. Places
yep,
where he didn't have to dig deep to atone for his shit, right? Because it's going to be painful. It's going to hurt because you've hurt a lot of people in ways that you won't be able to truly understand. So even his apology stuff that he was going to go through wouldn't have been nothing of what people who were hurt by that word and how his actions. It's just in general, not just a word. It's your entire actions to be able to say that you're a shit human being and you chose
yeah,
to be a shit human being. So choose to be a good one. Choose to atone for it. Do the right thing. And I think even Mark Henry said he had an opportunity to atone for it. Go to different schools, talk to certain people, and he didn't want to do it. He wanted to
he
be
didn't
safe.
do it. No.
ABC Channel News or whatever it was with certain hosts, maybe Barbara Walters, and that's not atoning for your sins. So he made his choice,
You
and
really,
we're gonna make our choice as well.
if he really wanted to atone, he would have been down in the trenches with the folks that you're talking about. That's the
Right.
only way you could atone that.
Yeah.
It's by going and learning,
Yep. And
being involved in that community, looking out.
yeah, and WWE universe, the people, right, the fans, let's just say wrestling fans,
Yeah,
they let him know that on that Netflix special you're talking about, when they went to Netflix on that first episode, they let him know you're not going to get away with this shit anymore. Like
yep,
you, you gave to us, and we gave it right back. We loved you
yep,
so much, so we valued everything you did for us. But then at the same time, once you left us and you became Terry again, don't come back to us to profit off of Terry and try to
that part.
use Hulk Hogan to make Terry rich with your all real American beer, so to speak, right? Because when he came
Yeah,
back, we knew he wasn't there for us. He was there for himself and his Patreons, so to speak. So you
yeah.
chose them over the wrestling world, and they let you know who it was. So don't try to say it was California, it was a blue state, because when the Undertaker comes out, he still gets a cheer. They
He
still
gets
love him,
love. He came out the same night. the same night.
and he did
He
the
didn't
same
get no
thing.
hate,
We know who he
no heat.
interviewed. He has his political views, and people don't, not some people love him for it. Some people don't like him for it. But then again, you differentiate Mark Calloway, I think is his last name, correct? Mark
Yeah,
Calloway
Callaway.
versus the Undertaker, and the
Yeah,
Undertaker is still doing what he needs to do. Mark, do what you want to do, and if you don't support what he does outside the business, don't support his brands, don't buy his beer, don't buy his vitamins, don't do all that shit, right? Undertaker's
mm,
Undertaker. Hulk Hogan died that day, as you said, and the rest of it has been Terry ever since. So it's tough,
yep,
man.
yep.
So a part of me, I would say, died on that day, as you mentioned, when that video came out,
Bro,
because,
no lie.
and I think he's even to he passed away. He was still doing some vile
Think,
stuff that was not
think about that. That's
acceptable.
all in 1 year. It's within the same January 6th to when? That was like what, August, July? Like, bro, that was all within 6 months, bro. It's crazy. Think about that.
What got me too was, as you, I think we talked about it offline, was the picture he took at the end too,
Yeah,
right? The alligator Alcatraz, and just
yeah.
it, he just like secluded it, like after that one too. Like again, it's just like more. It's like damn man, like you're doubling down now.
You're doubling down. And then, people were talking about like he was, I'm sorry, like they said he got baptized before he passed. I'm like, he got baptized, but he was still doing shitty shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
Correct.
and that doesn't like
Fucking Judas over there.
bro, like, they say, oh, he was forgiven for his sins. I'm like, bro, if you're still doing the same shit, I mean,
Right.
you know, You want to be a better person. Be a
Correct.
better person too.
Yeah. So again, like, would Terry have gone and saw all those children that the Make a Wish, or
No,
that was only Hulk Hogan, and
that
he'd
was
be
Hulk.
like,
That was Hulk Hogan.
yeah,
That
that's
was
what I was
Hulk
gonna
Hogan.
say, because I know Terry wasn't, you know, you can't do some shit like the way he was doing and then still say you love everybody. It just 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 5. It's certain things that he's
No,
doing. It doesn't add up correctly, right? And that's, again, that's where I just feel he consciously, deliberately made the choice for money, easy
yeah,
way of life, than he did for his true own values. So even if you, as you said, even if he was a Christian, Catholic, I'm not sure what his the way what he
I don't
practiced,
know what his denomination was at the end,
but
but they did.
it doesn't make sense. You don't follow the word of Jesus or anybody, like, whoever you follow, if you're a Buddhist or whatever it is, and then have the segregation that you claim to have. You know, sorry, man.
Yeah,
So, now maybe we're getting off topic, but again, I don't think we're gonna have this conversation with anybody else because he was so big in our life, as you mentioned, we wouldn't be here, and
yeah.
it's tough. It's tough, and that one sucks. But yeah, when that guy named Terry died, some guy named Terry died, and people die every day.
And people die every day, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, the world keeps turning.
because I remember
You
you and
know,
I talked about this a long time ago, maybe when we first started our
we talked
podcast.
about like what's gonna happen the day that he passed, bro. We talked about this. We didn't know
Because
how. Well,
yo,
honestly, like I said, I didn't know how I was gonna feel until it actually happened. I'm like, you know what? I don't feel. I didn't feel as much as I thought I would. But I'm not gonna lie. Hearing that song, hearing the theme song, there's that theme song still strikes chords for me, bro. I don't know what it is. It's just a nostalgia thing. I hear that song, that motherfucker comes on, and it's like, oh my, like, still, like,
exactly.
we're 39 years. I'm 39. We're 30. Like, dude, you hear that? You're like, bro. It's just like, you hear that shit. You're like, oh my god, what is it? Where's that coming from? Like,
He was the first real life superhero.
he was a
The
superhero,
closest
bro.
I could
Yeah,
come to as
facts.
thinking
He
of a
really
real
was,
superhero, Captain America, so to speak, right? Someone
basically.
who was going to be able to fight for every single person, everything that we believed in this country. So it
Fight for the
sucks.
rights of every man.
Yeah, don't meet your heroes, people. But yeah, we still thank him for what the character did, and he still
His
plays his role.
contributions to the wrestling industry.
Contributions,
I'll do
big
that.
time. Yeah, and still, again, we're not blinded to say we're just gonna ignore everything because again, who's one of the greatest in WWE history would be him. WCW, one of the greatest villains in the world, it was Hollywood Hogan.
Hollywood
And
Hogan, yeah.
the only one that was like probably I think we talked about it. Like there ain't no villain that's better than Hollywood Hogan, but I think maybe some guy named Terry Bollea is.
Yeah,
You know,
bro, he's the ultimate heel.
that's the ultimate heel. But yeah, I
Ultimate heel.
mean, once somebody goes and they pass, there's no point of wishing any more ill because it's over with. Yeah, you're just
It's
gonna tear
done. Yeah,
yourself up
but hey,
even more.
exactly.
Yeah, but we'll just continue on because that's what the world did, and he had no problem doing that himself. So we'll
Right.
go from there, man. But yeah. So this was tough,
It was.
and
Uh,
this was a 2 podcast, and we'll just
it was a
continue
two.
this one and bring up the next topics next time as we're gonna carry on. So, all right, brother.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
All right. Take care, man.